Tune in to Sports 360 with Ahmed Hamad.
On the opening day of the first cricket test between Australia and West Indies at Bridgetown in Barbados, West Indies, in reply to Australia's first innings score of 180, were 57 for 4 at close of play today. They trailed by 123 runs, with debutant Brendan King batting on 23, along with his captain Roston Chase, who's batting on 1. An engrossing day of Test cricket that saw 14 wickets fall. West Indies have skittled Australia out for 180, would have fancied their chances of fashioning a lead, but the Aussies, armed with arguably the best pace bowling attack in the world, hit back towards the end of the day, sending 4 home batsmen back to the pavilion and proving that 180 remains a fair distance away. Brendan King, who endured a largely torrid time in the field, has not missed a beat on Test debut. He now has Chase for company, with Hope to follow. They will need to be at their best, though, because Australia, with all the help on offer, will come hard at them again tomorrow. Earlier, Australia won the toss and opted to bat first. Yes, with a new batting lineup without Stephen Smith. Sam Constas is back in the Australian squad, and batting first, Australian start was very poor. Yes, they lost their first 3 wickets for just 22 runs on the board. They lost their first wicket. Opening batsman Sam Constas departed in the 4th over, and Australia were 8 for 1. Constas made just 3 of 14 balls. He was legged before by Shamar Joseph. Then the second wicket fell at 14 in the 10th over. Cameron Green departs after scoring 3, got an edge, and he was caught in the second slip by Justin Greaves. A very good low-handed catch, and he was very comfortable while taking that catch. Australia lost their third wicket in the 16th over. Josh English departs, and Australia were 22 for 3. Josh English could only score 5 of 15 balls, got a top edge going for a pull, and was caught by wicketkeeper Shai Hope off the bowling of Jayden Seals. Then Australia had a partnership of 89. Yes, the biggest partnership for Australia for the 4th wicket, 89 of 147 balls between Usman Khawaja and Travis Head. Usman Khawaja contributed 37 of 86 balls and Travis Head 51 of 61. A very brisk, almost run-a-ball inning that took Australian total par 100 runs. They lost their 4th wicket at 111 in the 14th over, and Usman Khawaja departed, and he was caught by Shai Hope off the bowling of Shamar Joseph. Yes, chasing a wide ball and got an edge, and Shamar Joseph took the catch. He made 47, the second highest score for Australia, 47 of 128 balls, hitting 4 fours and 1 6, fell 3 runs short of his half century. 12 runs later, Australia lost their 5th wicket. Yes, half of the Australian side was back in the dug at 123. Yes, Beau Webster was out in the 44th over. He got a peach of a delivery, and he was clean bowled by Shamar Joseph. He could only score 11 of 24 balls. He hit just 1 4. Australia lost their 6th wicket at 138. Alex Carey departs in the 49th over. Yes, Alex Carey could only score 8 runs, and he was also caught by Roston Chase off the bowling of Jayden Seals. Then Australia lost their 7th batsman, Travis Head, the highest scorer, who made 59 of 78 balls with the help of 9 fours. He was also caught by Shamar Joseph off the bowling of Jayden Seals. Yes, chasing wide offside and got an edge. Hope did the rest behind the wicket. So Australia was 7 down for 140 in the 50th over, and 1 run later, they lost their all-rounder Mitchell Starc at 143, and Mitchell Starc was out without scoring, facing 5 deliveries, caught by Greaves off the bowling of Jayden Seals. Then Australia have another significant partnership of 27 runs in the low scoring match, 27 runs for the 9th wicket between Nathan Lyon and Pat Cummins, the captain. Pat Cummins, 23 of 15. He went for his shots and scored 23. They both put on 27 runs for the ninth wicket that took their total to 170 in the 55th over, where Pat Cummins was out after scoring 28 of 18 balls, hitting 3 fours and 1 6 with a strike rate of 156. He was caught by Brathwaite off the bowling of Jayden, while Australia's last wicket, 10th and final wicket, fell at 180. Josh Hazlewood was out, and he was out caught behind. Yes, Jayden bowled him bouncer, followed him and got a gloves and threw to the keeper, and he was out after scoring 4, while Nathan Lyon remained unbeaten on 9. Australia in their first inning were bowled out for 180 runs in 56.5 overs, and their run rate was 3.16. For West Indies, Jayden 15.5 overs, 1 maiden, 60 runs and 5 wicket. His third 5-wicket haul in Test cricket. Shamar Joseph, 16 overs, 3 maiden, 46 runs and 4 wicket. Alzari Joseph, 12 overs, 3 maiden, 37 runs and no wicket. Roston Chase, 4 overs, 9 runs and no wicket. While Justin Greaves, 9 overs, 2 maiden, 26 runs and 1 wicket. Watching Australian batsmen struggle, it was eminent from the fact that West Indies will face the same. Yes, at close of play, facing 20 overs, West Indies were 4 down for 57 runs. And they have an uphill task as they trail by 123 runs with 6 wickets in hand. The start was as same as Australia. They lost their first 2 wickets for just 16 runs. First wicket at 10, Kraigg Brathwaite in the 5th over, caught by Beau Webster, a very good judge catch low down the ground of the bowling of Mitchell Starc, who squared him up and got his wicket. He could only score 4 runs, and the second wicket fell at 16. John Campbell was out in the 7th over, again of the bowling of Mitchell Starc, got a straight edge, and Alex Carey does the rest behind the wicket, and he made 7 runs. Then the third wicket fell at 52. Casey Carty departs in the 16th over after scoring 20 of 40 balls, hitting 2 fours, caught by Carey off the bowling of Pat Cummins, while the fourth wicket fell at 53. 1 run later, Jomail Warrican, the night watchman, departs without a scoring, and he was clean bowled by Josh Hazlewood. In the end, Brandon King, the debutant, is unbeaten on 23 of 31 balls, hitting 4 fours with a strike rate of 74, and he's been joined by his captain Roston Chase, who is batting on 1 of 10 deliveries. Looking at the Australian bowling so far, Mitchell Starc, 7 overs, 1 maiden, 35 runs and 2 wicket. Josh Hazlewood, very economical, 7 overs, 1 maiden, 13 runs and 1 wicket, while the captain, 6 overs, 2 maiden, 8 runs and 1 wicket for Pat Cummins. So the summary of the match: Jayden and Shamar Joseph sitch through Australia before quick returns fire. Sales took 5 for 60, Shamar 4 for 46 to bowl Australia out for 180 before the visitors' fast bowlers returned fire with 4 late wickets. Jayden and Shamar Joseph shared 9 wickets on the opening day in Barbados to increase the pressure on Australia's faltering batting lineup, but the visitors' quick struck back to suggest another test match that could unfold in fast forward on a surface that offered assistance for the seamers. Australia's reshaped top order slipped to 22 for 3 against new ball before Usman Khawaja, who has dropped twice on 6 and 45, and Travis Head added 89 as they threatened to take control. However, Khawaja dismissal to Shamar sparked a collapse of 7 for 69, which included Head for 59 after he had controversially reprieved by the third umpire, who ruled a catch had not carried to wicketkeeper Shai Hope. Australia's 180 was their lowest total in West Indies, having chosen to bat first, and the lowest either way since 1995 in Trinidad. But while they have issue over the batting, the bowling attack remains formidable, and the total grew in significance amid Mitchell Starc's new ball burst. He had former captain Kraigg Brathwaite playing his 99 test, edging low to second slip, where Beau Webster held an excellent catch. He then shaped one away from left-handed John Campbell to leave the hosts 16 for 2. Casey Carty and debutant Brendan King, who had earlier dropped 3 catches, mixed caution with positivity to see West Indies to within 20 minutes of the close. But Carty could do little against a delivery from Pat Cummins that kicked from short of length and caught the shoulder of the bat on the way through to Alex Carey. The night watchman Jamail Warrican could not keep an excellent delivery from Josh Hazlewood. At the moment, it would appear unwise to be making cricket watching plans for the weekend. Ahead of the game, just the second test in 6 years at the ground, there was degree of uncertainty over what condition would present. There was movement throughout, while the occasional delivery also lifted sharply to challenge Cummins' view at the toss that it looks a pretty good wicket.
Keep on watching Sports 360 with Ahmed Hamad for latest news, views, and interviews of sports personalities from around the world.